Hi guys, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nicky 1000th Time Reactions.
Where we react to a song after listening to it for our 1000th time.
We release 3 videos a day.
Every day.
So please hit that subscribe button.
And turn on post notifications.
So you don't miss out on all this great content. What are we going to listen to right now?
We're going to listen to My Baby Just Cares For Me by Nina Simone, or her rendition of it. This
is, of course, a song that was released originally in, I think 1930 or something like that.
It's a song that we've not only listened to many times, but we've performed it many times, so many times. And you can check out our cover of it on our other channel called Max and Nicky, on which we perform oldies tunes, jazz standards like this one, and originals in that vein.
And if you care to do so, we also have comedy videos on there as well.
But we will put the link of our performance of this in the description below if you're interested in checking that out.
Sure. If you are new to this channel, what we like to do here is listen to the song all the way through without stopping.
Uninterrupted.
That we feel that is the way the artist intended it to be.
But then we'll talk about it afterward, talk about a reaction, get in depth with the analysis of it, and have a lot of fun on the way.
That's right. So right now, let's take a listen to Nina Simone's rendition of My Baby Just Cares For Me.
For our 1000th time.
Here we go.
My baby don't care for shows. My baby don't care for clothes. My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for cars and races. My baby don't care for high tone places. Liz Taylor is not a style, and even Lana Turner's smile, something he can't see. My baby don't care, who knows? My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for shows, and he don't even care for clothes. He cares for me. My baby don't care for cars and races. Baby don't care for, he don't care for high-tone places. Liz Taylor is not his style, and even Liberace smile. Something he can't see is something he can't see. I wonder what's wrong with baby. My baby just cares for, my baby just cares for, my baby just cares for me.
what can you say? It's a classic. It's
a really great performance there. I mean, Nina Simone, sometimes she can be very powerful in her singing, but this is so laid back, and she just gives just the right amount of cool to it. And I mean, it is cool, not just the right amount of cool, but she gives the right amount of power in her voice to it.
Sure.
That she's not overdoing it. She knows how to control her voice well to give it the song its what is due for it.
But let us not forget her piano playing on this. It's
Right.
very good. That solo is really good.
Well, it's also
very memorable.
evocative of her. You can hear her classical upbringing in that solo. You know, it doesn't quite.
That sounds very classical.
I mean, there's like these, countering parts. I mean, there's something, kind of straight in the eighth notes too. That it sounds very much. You can hear her classical. She was well studied in classical musician. In fact,
she actually considered jazz and other forms of pop music to be a lower art form. Actually,
well, she had when she was younger, and then wholeheartedly embraced it later on.
Well,
obviously,
well, no, I think she just knew what was going to make her money.
Oh, really? Is that so? Yeah. I'm not. I mean, it seems hard to believe
she
that
had
she didn't.
Quite a hard upbringing, and she was really
a troubled life. Actually,
troubled life. Very actually, she was confined to having to constantly practice the piano against her will. Actually,
well, I think she was up for auditioning for the Curtis Institute, the famed Curtis Institute in Philadelphia, and I believe she was rejected, and she's probably right about
because
this.
of the color of her skin.
Because of the color of her skin, she was not accepted, and so I think that's when she started changing directions in her life, and I think she maybe had resentment towards the classical world for that reason, I think. But you obviously in that solo, you can hear her classical influence in it, in her playing.
But there is, there's some, she had problems even later on in life.
Well,
with
no,
her,
she had.
I think she had bipolar disorder, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe
right?
so.
I think her
she
daughter
was pretty,
talks about that.
Yeah, her daughter talks about. There's a documentary out there about her, and her daughter talks about how she was quite abusive to her, emotionally and I think physically as well. But I think that's a result of Nina Simone's unfortunate upbringing and the problems she encountered. And she had a physically abusive husband, I believe, as well. But anyway, let us do. You can look this all up. And
I know. Yeah, we're giving you a history lesson,
right?
here.
But let's talk about the song itself. Now, if you hear some of the original recordings of this, it sounds a lot more old timey. My baby just cares for me. My baby just cares for me. This version of it, which is her signature song, Nina Simone's signature song. I feel like more people are familiar with this version now because she made it. She kind of brought the song more notice.
Well, what really brought it notice was that the BBC in the 80s released a clay animated short that was set to the music of that was set to this song. And that short became really popular.
Is that true?
And that's what repopularized this song, actually.
Is that so? Mm-hmm. Well, she would always include it in her sets, though. That was her signature song. Sure. Are you sure? I think it was somewhat of a hit for her in the 60s. No?
Sure, but obviously the video that we were just listening. I mean, there's a video going along with what we just listened to.
It's a clay animation. Yeah,
that was a
cool
BBC thing.
But anyway, that descending bass line, though, that is part of her rendition of the song. That's not that kind of adds this kind of cool, loungy kind of.
But it's interesting. I feel like every
it.
Sort of rendition or cover of this song from that point forward, especially today, is sort of derived or based on her interpretation of the song.
But not only that, her phrasing is particularly good. Not on just the soloing. which is a very memorable solo. But the way she sings too, I mean, she knows just how to add the right little oomph to the end of each phrase.
Even when she enters back in, she's like, baby.
Yeah, but even at the end,
you don't care for
my baby don't care who knows it. My baby just cares for my baby. I don't know, just there's something she just knows exactly
or like
how to
even
control her voice to add the right amount of what's needed.
He don't care for high tone to place.
Sure. Yeah, there's a certain way she kind of swings,
or
overly
baby don't care for.
Yeah, she kind of maybe overtly swings the rhythm a little bit, or maybe holds it back a little bit.
Sure.
Or maybe comes behind the beat a little bit.
She's got complete control of the song and her interpretation.
But there's also, I love the way there's a certain harmony, the very end where.
Right here.
Sorry.
The audience is right here, Max.
Sure. When they kind of do the turnaround at the end, when they go, my baby don't care who knows it. My baby
I wonder what's wrong with baby.
Bum, 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 bum. My baby just cares for bum. They do this, a 1-6-4 chord, if you know anything about music theory. So it's basically they do the chord that the key is centered around. So the 1 chord, but it's the second inversion of it, where it's the root is the 5th. So the bass note is the 5th. So it gives this sort of I don't know, there's a certain quality to that, kind of really makes you want to go into the turnaround again, and you're not quite finished yet. It's not final. And I think it's particularly appropriate and utilized very well in this song.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot we could keep going on about this song, but for now, we're going to stop it there. This song is so good, and please, if you are interested in checking out our cover of it, we'll put the link in the description below. If you like what you heard and saw today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications to find out about more Max and Nicky reaction videos.
Please keep tuning in.